Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt here, and tonight I'm in Erie, PA at Presque Isle State Park. And this is for installment number 3 of my trail ride and review videos. And this is one of my favorite trails once again. And that's why I hit a lot of my favorite trails early on in these installments. This is Presque Isle State Park's multi-purpose trail, which I'll be riding and reviewing today. And it does have an official name called the Karl Boys Multi-Purpose Recreation Trail. That's a mouthful, but I just call it the Presque Isle Trail. So this is in Presque Isle State Park here in Erie, PA, and in the background is Presque Isle Bay in Erie, Pennsylvania. A lot more sailboats I've seen than normal. Maybe I have like a little bit of a regatta going on or whatnot, but this is a 13.4 mile loop. It's not a rail trail by any means. It's not like a traditional trail that's frequently reviewed, but all trails and Trail-Link have a lot of reviews on them, and which of course have an average score, which I'll be providing at the end of this video. So today is Wednesday, July 23rd. The temperature is an even 80 degrees, and it's a little bit past 6 p.m. and it's also 26 Celsius. So let's get started with the ride. And just as I start this video, I haven't even just moved yet, and it's off to a good start. Just a nice, calm, steady breeze here to keep you cool. And this is, of course, on the eastern side of the loop, Bay side as they call it in the park. Again, Presque Isle Bay here with, at a distance, downtown Erie in the background. Just a nice calm bay, of course connected to Lake Erie, which is on the other side of the park, which is simply called Lakeside. And that's technically the beginning of the trail is about a few hundred feet back, and at the bottom of the park where the actual trail crosses Peninsula Drive. But we're going to start here. There's ample parking all over the park. You can start anywhere on the loop. It does not matter. There's not one particular starting point. There's nothing as far as really trailheads per se. So it's just a loop trail in a park, a big state park, by the way. And so we'll get going. And like I referred to in the shaded bike trails I drive or ride on, as I referred to in the shaded bike trails I ride on, you can come up here when it's like 90 degrees out, and you still get a cool breeze from the lake. The lake is definitely an air conditioner, and you got plenty of shade and pretty much a good portion of the loop, except for maybe on Lakeside when this becomes a share with the roadway. And you'll see that. We'll definitely get to that. But get a little more of a shot of the bay. Passing on your left. And yes, parking is never really an issue, even on the busiest days here in this park. And of course, this is a multi-purpose trail. If you just want to take a stroll, you want to go on a run, inline skating, or biking like I do. And I've been riding this trail for about 20 years. I go try to make it up every summer. I don't like to miss the summer here. Because also this park has my favorite beach on Lake Erie, or beach is. Passing on your left.
17.
Thank you.
Go to.
And also my first time using an e-bike. I really, with the flat terrain and sometimes it can get a little congested, not much incentive or need to do to utilize the throttle or anything like that. I'm going very little to no pedal assist. In the past few years, as it appears here that the trail has been repaved, and it is fairly well maintained. You really don't have rough patches. Don't let it go. Passing on your left. Thank you. Thank you. So keep in mind, trails are for everybody. You can't be a maniac on a bike, like somebody in a big truck on a highway. Yeah, we just rode along Peninsula Drive. That's the main roadway. It also goes around the park. And sometimes I do cheat. I go on the roadway, which are a lot with a bike. Another good view of Presque Isle Bay. Passing on your left. Thank you. Yeah, I've ridden on this trail different times of the day and the afternoon. It's more of the evening when it appears to be a lot of locals are going for their after work walk, which is nice to see them take advantage of such a gem right in their own backyards. I've been told by local area residents where they just don't take advantage of the park. They just never seem to get around to it. It's kind of sad, actually. I had to drive an hour and a half to get here almost. Now we're right along Bayside, Presque Isle Bay. Another nice stretch. It's like why race through it. It's a bit of a step here, so I can't exactly leave the trail. That's a new tent, buttons, t-shirts, programs to support the park. I know they have a gift shop on the other side of the park where the lighthouse is. So it looks like they got something for Bayside now, although temporary. And you see plenty of people fish too. Great place for fishing. And that just goes without saying. Nothing like summer at Presque Isle. I'll tell you that right now. Like relay riders or something? But they do have like a half marathon or something like that or whatnot on the trail here. Right along the bay again. As I gain more experience making these videos, the bike riding ones, one thing I do learn is slower is better, or not to, plus camera shaking and that, and why be in a rush on such a beautiful summer evening along the water on a real nice trail with a nice gentle breeze. What am I in a hurry for? Other than maybe dinner later, to sit in my hotel room overnight? Not quite. A little rattling. There's been nary a bump on this trail. As I said before, for the several years I've been riding it, this is the best shape I think it's ever been. It depends on where you prefer to cross. Like you can cut through that roadway over there. You can take a shortened course. You don't have to go the entire 13.6, 13.7 miles that this is. But yes, this is the shaded side, the wooded side. You'll get a lot more sun where the beaches are on the Lake Erie side. And that's where I tend to ride shirtless, just in my swim trunks, get a tan, and when I'm done, I jump in Lake Erie. Nice way to cool off. So yes, if it's in the mid-upper 80s or in the 90s, don't let that stop you from going here. There's plenty of shade, plenty of breeze, and plenty of cool waters to keep you cool. I like to go off on tangents here. This is another area of the park in which a lot of people will fish, and there's also a boat launch here. Yes, it's called Niagara. But here you can get a real good view of downtown Erie.
Like I said, I was just sweating. It wants the seats still. Sure.
Front or back? Huh?
Take them down.
And yes, there is kayaking on the bayside where waters are obviously calmer, which is an activity I've yet to do and I really want to do. As we briefly go west for a few feet, yes, that sun is about to set soon. And if you want to talk about those incredible Great Lake sunsets, Lake Erie, this is one of the best places anywhere, and even claiming the world to witness a sunset. So I think if I stick around here long enough after this video, I may shoot another one. This is the sunset. There's a ferry dock, which I imagine goes to downtown Erie. Now back onto the trail and still bayside. Should be another mile or so. We'll get closer to the lakeside. It's still only 6:51 p.m. And I have my trip odometer set. But it should be nearing the halfway point. Yeah, it tends to be chalk drawings here. Pretty much every time I cross at this point for some reason. We are right along the bay. And we're going around the Admiral Perry Monument. Which is one of the attractions of Presque Isle. More kayakers. And as I approach Lakeside now, beginning of the sun, so I had to make a quick stop and put the Ray-Bans on. Whoa, coming through. One of the flags was Admiral Perry's motto, "Don't give up the ship." And I believe that's a motto we should carry over into our personal lives. Hey, if you got your back against the wall, do not give up. That was a Perry monument, of course. Now this, if you wonder about any grades or anything going uphill, this is the only and the steepest grade you will encounter on this entire loop. I don't know on my mountain bike hiking up this thing, but I'm gonna cheat. After I've walked down on a mountain bike for 20 years, I deserve to hit the throttle. But now, yes, we'll be getting into a large portion of the trail that is shared with the roadway. But fear not, drivers are careful and courteous, at least 95% of them. And this is a pretty wide lane for you to ride in. And most people, as like I'm doing, ride the course, the trail counterclockwise. So that, yes, I'm going in a counterclockwise fashion. I failed to mention that at the beginning of the video. That's generally what I can do. You could go both ways, but now I guess as you see, after all these years, yeah, the painted on them, it's technically really the way to go is to go counterclockwise. Speed limit is 25 in the park. For the entire loop here of Peninsula Drive.
Thank you.
Here's a good stop off or a place to park if you want to enter the trail at this point, and also to, it's kind of a natural little boat ramp to get your kayak in there or to fish. If I spoke too soon, we are still technically at Bayside for a little bit, just at the top end of the park, but not too far from Lakeside and the beaches. Here's one of the lakeside beaches. Pretty much the northernmost is Beach 11, Polar Beach. Lifeguards. As I mentioned, are in short supply, unfortunately. And we are riding through wetlands right now. There are plenty of here. If you're a nature watcher. Here at Presque Isle. Yeah, you would have a lot more vehicles passing you on weekends or holidays. This is a Wednesday night here, so it's a really good evening for me to do this video and take a ride. Yeah, traffic's a little bit lighter. I can't believe sometimes it stretches where nobody's passed me yet. Here's Beach 10, also known as Budney Beach. One of the more popular beaches in Presque Isle. And I'll have a separate video on my channel to feature the beaches, so if you're wondering why I didn't stop, this is, that was by design. Since this is a trail video, I'll do a separate one featuring the beaches there. I'll be doing that tomorrow, as when I won't be riding, but I'll be at the beaches, being a beach bum, going in the water. I used to try to do both at the same day. It's like, after a day at the beach, I'm too relaxed to do a bike ride. This is traditionally a kite beach here, but nothing's really out here. There's no lifeguard presence or anything. That's sad, but there's, for years, people have kites of many different sizes right here. It's always really fun to watch, really cool to look at. Temperature should still be upper 70s still. It still feels really good. With the breeze and the wind coming off the lake, as well as what I'm generating by riding. I'm going about 16 miles an hour. About 25 kilometers an hour. But we are lakeside now. You know, doesn't really look it just by looking straight ahead here. And I only used 2% of the battery. I started with a full charge, 100%. Still at 98. I'm running with no pedal assist. Now we start to get into a large stretch of the park. We see more picnic areas here. And behind me is my favorite Beach 9, the entryway to it. About 2/3 of the way into it, if my memory serves me correctly. And the condition of this trail has been almost perfect. And I'm a tough grader. I've been known to knock a star off of a review if I encounter what I believe is just enough bumps there along the way. Yeah, up here's a Presque Isle lighthouse exhibit referring to the historic lighthouse they have here. It also has this cottage here with a gift shop. It's the official gift shop. I should just actually show it to you. Obviously closed now this late in the day, but yeah, 10 to 5. To the right is the gift shop there, which I've been in. There's a very good selection of items in there, so I definitely recommend at least going here once. Jinx myself, but the lack of traffic, this is about normal, especially later in the day. People are heading out. Should be closer to 7 o'clock right now. all right along the lakeside beaches here. All we have to do is cross, go up these dunes a little bit. You're right at the water. It's just something I can't take a bike on. As I mentioned before, I will have beach videos, so we won't be missing out. Yeah, you can see the sand already on the trail, so we have a pretty good idea of where we're at now, how close we are to the water. This is as close as the trail gets to be on the beach. But the sunset will be coming. And I'd like to be able to finish this video to capture that sunset. The first big bump I encountered. Right after 9 miles of the 13 and a half, or 13.7. It's not enough to deduct from the score. One of these points around here is where the trail is rerouted on the roadway. As the beaches, especially Beach 8, Aventon Beach was reconfigured and updated. Which I believe we're approaching now, which is probably the beach I'm going to be spending my day tomorrow. Yes, Beach 8, Aventon Beach. And I love how they put the shaded parking with the roofs and the solar panels, which is something more prevalent in the Sun Belt. You can see here. And those are the bathhouses, single occupancy. And the best facilities for the beach as far as bathhouses and that at Presque Isle are right here. It is the most popular beach on Presque Isle. I love countryside trails and rail trails, but there's no trail like one along the water, along a beach, whether it be a Great Lakes beach, a lake somewhere, or along the ocean somewhere. Like one of my favorites of all was the Strand at Santa Monica and Venice Beach. Probably one of the best bike rides, if not the best, my favorite of all the years I've been riding. That's something I'd like to get back to do a trail review on. Now we get to see, for the first time, Lake Erie. And note to self, if this beach is open tomorrow, I can't remember which number it is. I think I might make my spot here. And although I've gone to the park every year for several years, there's been reconfigurations of the beaches and the trail here and there. Even I haven't kept up on because I don't remember this. But yes, that is Lake Erie. And this is one fine stretch. But before I turned, the old way was the trail goes in front of those parked cars, and that was always a pain. Because of people getting to and from their vehicles. You didn't want to hit anybody. But that was a nice bypass right there. But bottom line, the changes, the rerouting is definitely for the better. For scenery, safety, everything. Here's where all the sand volleyball facilities are. Just passing. A lot of energy there. So if anybody's wondering about where the sand volleyball facilities, there they are. That's Peninsula Drive again. We are kind of, sort of, back to where we started. Not quite. But the trail crossing there is what we've already covered. Now, coming up, starting here, is a stretch of the trail where it is extra wide. No vehicular traffic. I just couldn't remember where it started because the reconfiguration, everything just we went through now, it threw me off. Again, we're right along the beaches, right along the water. I think beach 1 and beach 2. And one of these is where dogs are allowed. It is a nice wide open stretch here. Yeah, I was wondering when I was going to hit this. Despite all the throttling and everything I did just now, where it's just a couple miles left, I'm still 95% battery. Amazing. Again, I'm riding an Aventon Pace 500. Which I purchased about a month ago from Biketek in Pittsburgh, PA. Which is the leading Aventon dealer. They got excellent selection. They have enough of an inventory where they have demos you can take for a test ride. Not all Aventon dealers have that capacity. Great staff and excellent service. I'll have a link in the description to Biketek Pittsburgh. So if you're within a few hours of Pittsburgh, I would make that your default Aventon dealer if you're considering an Aventon. Yeah, 12.1 miles. You got probably about a mile and a half to go. Yes, this is an excellent stretch. Shaded, keeps you cool, wide, no vehicular traffic. Don't have to yell to pass anybody, you just go right around them. Is that applying to me, or? I don't think so. Keep going. Who's up at the beach is a combination, the hardcore beachgoers and those coming for the sunset. And it's starting to, I think, take root here. Don't know if I'll get it in time. Because I'm not staying overnight tomorrow night. So if I miss this and want to catch it tomorrow, it'll be a night drive home. Which I've done before, but don't know if I'm in the mood to do it again. And the lingering question, can you work up an appetite being on an e-bike? You do exert yourself to some extent, depends on how much you use the throttle and the pedal assist. My answer is yes. Of course, I have a hearty appetite, so I don't know if there's much stock in what I just said. There's some of the sunset watchers in at the right time. I can grab something through a drive-through and get back here, but it takes a little time to do that. One thing I must say about this park, if you want to leave it to go get lunch somewhere, either take out or sit down somewhere, it's going to take you at least, depends on where you're in the park, you can get out of the park as soon as 5 minutes, it could take you 20. And then you gotta drive a few blocks to get to the restaurants, and then get back. You can lose over an hour of your day. So this is a caveat I would like to share with everybody. Leaving for a meal and coming back can take a chunk out of your day. So it's best to bring your lunch, as I am tomorrow for the beach. I'll pack a sub sandwich and other snacks, but yeah, if you feel the need to leave for a meal, it'll take some time. But right here is where the trail ends, and across the road is where the trail begins. And where it gets to be its most dangerous. This is Peninsula Drive. And I'm going now. Let's see, mile 0.0. So this is the official beginning of the trail and the official end of the riding portion of my video. So hope you find this informative, entertaining, and if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you're looking for more content like this, please subscribe to my channel. It is my mission to provide more riding and trail videos like this for you. Yeah, I enjoy doing them. This is the third one I've shot. The first one's had decent success. The second one's still being edited, so I might be creating a backlog for myself, but it's okay to be busy and be productive with this. So I am committed to the trail review and ride videos of my channel, as well as my other content. So but again, thank you for watching. And next up, I'll have my take on this trail, which shouldn't be too surprising, and my rating alongside with the users of Trail Link and all trails rated as well. So everybody take care. And here's my final take. Well, thank you for watching this video and joining me on this ride of the Presque Isle Trailway, the Karl Boys Multi-Purpose Recreation Trail, as it's called. I was going to look down and as I never got to know its official name. As you can tell, my feedback along the way of riding this was overwhelmingly positive, and it is one of my favorite trails, so it goes without saying. And I'm just going to cut to the chase as far as what the reviews are. On Trailing, the average user review is a perfect 5.0, and on all trails 4.7. And there's a large amount of reviews on all trails for this, well over 1,000. And as far as how I conveyed how I enjoyed this trail, and I've ridden it so many times, and it's in the best condition it's ever been. And you get everything from the shade to the breeze to everything along the waterway of the base side, and a trailway on the lake side as well. It's no surprise that it'd be totally wrong to give this anything less than a perfect 5.0. So that's my rating. That's the bottom line on this. Is a perfect rating on this trail. So I suggest if you're even within a few hours of Erie, is to ride this trail. Take a walk on it, rollerblade, whatever. It is definitely a destination trailway. So again, this is Matt, and I appreciate you once again for taking the time to watch. So please like this video if you indeed did, and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. And I will see you on the next one.